Earhart may not have completed her infamous flight around the world, but nearly 75 years after her disappearance, one of her belongings finally did. Liz London is with the 99's Museum of Women Pilots and joins me with more. Thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome.
This is going to be a wonderful treat because you have some of Amelia's possessions with you, which is so special. But first, tell us about the journey her scarf is on.
Well, the Amelia Scarf, of course, her mother gave to us, and Randy Bracelet, who is an astronaut on STS-129, took it into space. Now, he did this as a tribute to not only Amelia Earhart, but also to his grandfather, Alfred, who was Amelia's photographer. He was her own personal photographer and took all of the pictures during her career.
That's a wonderful story. You are here as part of your grand reopening. Tell us about that before we take a look at some of Amelia's things.
Yes, well, we've been closed for 6 months for construction, and we are having our grand opening this Saturday from 10 to 4 at the 99's Museum of Women Pilots at 4300 Amelia Earhart Lane, which is the last stoplight prior to the terminal. So it's easy to find. We're on the second story. Randy will be there from 1 to 3 and will present the scarf and will answer questions.
And you brought a few of the items here today. This is really wonderful. Tell us what we're seeing here that belong to Amelia.
Yes, well, first of all, this is one of the helmets and the goggles that the women in the 20s and 30s wore. And this is Amelia's
Okay, I'll bring it down.
This is her bracelet. Yes. This was her good luck bracelet. It's made out of elephant hoof and sterling silver and was given to her by an African chieftain.
Neat.
And she wore it on all of her flights except for her last one, which she left it with her mother.
Now this that you have framed here, tell us about this.
Okay, that is, in order for your licenses, your record-breaking flights to be accepted, you have to be a member of the National Aeronautic Association, and that is her license from them. That's not her pilot's license.
Wonderful. Tell us about some of the other things we'll find in the museum this weekend for your grand reopening.
Well, we do have the Dream Flyer, which is our simulator, and anybody can fly it. It simulates taking off and landing, and you can land and take off at Will Rogers, and it should be a lot of fun. Children are invited. There will be children activities. We're going to have some door prizes. We have a history of women's costumes through the ages. In other words, in the beginning, no one wore pants because they didn't make pants for women. So.
Now, if that's not enough, tell us again where you keep your thermostat in the museum. You mentioned that earlier.
Yes, well, our thermostat is at 68,
well,
so
that's
it should be nice and cool.
It's wonderful. Good luck with the grand reopening. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. For help planning your trip to the museum and women pilots, go to news9.com/first at 4, and we'll be right back.